In the film Logan, Professor X isn't the only one affected by old age. Wolverine himself has also begun to see the passing of time leave marks on his mind and body. Something has changed since we last saw Logan in X-Men Days of Future Past. He has aged, and his powers have aged with him. Like so many other fables and legends of the Old West, there is an air of tragedy that permeates this film. This new Logan, or more exactly, this old man Logan, is far from what we've seen before. As known by any fan, Wolverine has the ability to heal, so why is he so sick? Spoilers for those who have not seen the film. Today, we're going to take a look and explore the real reasons behind the death of Wolverine in Logan. In the film Logan, Wolverine's health is deteriorating, scars and wounds are no longer healing. The full display of the scars were a creative choice from the director James Mangold, who wanted to show how Logan's old age had affected his powers. Mangold envisioned that over the years, Wolverine's healing power wouldn't be as effective as it used to be, thus the scars. The idea was that his body would be full of battle scars and lacerations that remained from previous conflicts. This was explained by Mangold in an interview with Empire magazine. But what caused Logan's healing factor to decay? Well, there are a few theories behind this. In the comics, Logan has lost his healing powers several times, and just like in the film, adamantium is poisonous to Wolverine's body. But in the comics, his healing powers has always combated the poison of the adamantium in his bones. So was it really the adamantium that killed Logan because his body could no longer heal the poison, and in turn making his powers less useful? The first theory says that Wolverine is losing his healing factor because the food is being poisoned. Even though it is vaguely mentioned in the film, one can gather the clues together and discover the truth of what was really happening to the food in the movie. The corn syrup crops in the film have been genetically modified by Sandler Rice and his team to suppress the mutant gene. This is what prevents new mutants from being born, and probably what affects the few mutants that remain, like Wolverine and Professor X. This may be the reason why our heroes are losing their powers, and it's because of this that Logan's healing factor can no longer counteract the effects of the adamantium. But how can corn affect mutants? Well, the so-called corn syrup is used as a sweetener in most foods, and it is because of this that the mutant population has declined. The second theory is found in the film The Wolverine. Logan goes through an arc similar to the one we saw in the Logan movie, when he realizes that he is no longer healing as fast as he used to. In fact, we see a broken X-Man who does not want to heal, and was waiting for death to take him. All this because he was still mourning the death of the woman he loved, Jean Grey. The similarities between these two films is quite ominous. In The Wolverine, it is revealed that his healing factor was altered due to a parasite placed in his heart by Viper, one of the main antagonists of the film. Before the end of the film, however, Wolverine cuts through his own chest, puts his hand inside of his chest, and removes the parasite from his heart, thus rehabilitating his healing factor. After The Wolverine came X-Men Days of Future Past. Here we saw Wolverine traveling back in time to stop the creation of the Sentinels. The events of this movie created a new timeline from which he woke up in the end. One of the Easter eggs in the Logan film was the samurai sword hanging on the wall, possibly confirming that in this new timeline, some previous events still happened. The theory here is that before the old timeline was replaced, Viper managed to infect Logan with the parasite. And because this timeline is different, the events of the Wolverine may have ended differently, thus giving one of the few possible explanations on why Wolverine is getting sick during this timeline. Maybe Wolverine never knew about the parasite in his heart. The final theory is that Logan had lost his will to live. Several medical and scientific studies have connected negative emotions with the decrease of immunity. The immune system is our body's defense system. It's what heals us and protects us. When we see Wolverine in the Logan film, we see a man who is deeply torn by the direction his life has taken him. He has lost too many people whom he cared about. He has lost his family, the X-Men, and is also greatly affected and traumatized by all the lives he has taken in his almost 200 years of life. The only reason he had left for living was caring for Professor Xavier, evident by the fact that Logan had planned to commit suicide with a gun loaded with an adamantium bullet soon after Xavier's passing. This deep sorrow and Wolverine's alcoholism has damaged him and his healing powers, making him weaker and unable to counteract the poison of the metal in his body, dying a very slow and tragic death. Tell me what you think about the film Logan. Which of these theories makes the most sense to you? What do you think really led to the sad death of this iconic superhero? That's all for today. Thank you for watching and have a marvelous day.